At this point, I would like to welcome someone who was on the selection committee for the award that we are giving out tonight. Her name is Sarah Mukasa, and she's going to speak very little bit. Yeah, she'll speak very briefly about how these nominations came, how many nominations we received, how the committee selected a winner, and she will have the honor of then telling us who is walking away with the award tonight and handing it over. A round of applause for Sarah.
Mesdames et messieurs, merci d'accueillir Sarah Mukasa. Et nous allons dans quelques instants apprendre qui va succéder à Madame Gracia Matchel.
Merci beaucoup, and salam alaikum, greetings. I am the chair of the awards committee that manages the selection of the Lifetime Philanthropy Achievement Award. The committee is made up of 7 members, and I would like to ask them to stand up. Akwasi Edu, who has just spoken. Mamadou Bite, is he still here? Emmanuel Kome from Ghana. Marwa El Dali from Egypt. Marwa, thank you. And 2 who aren't with us today, Nicolette Taylor from South Africa and Jakumba Gassama from Senegal. This year, the committee received 24 strong nominations from various institutions and individuals for consideration. A criteria was developed to assist with the selection, and the committee has considered the following. Longevity in engagement with philanthropy, and we considered a minimum of 10 years in that length of time. The spread and scope of engagement, this includes influence beyond one's country, one's region. The leadership in the field, including playing a catalytic role, mentoring others, thought leadership, and knowledge building, which is so critical to developing a narrative around philanthropy in Africa. We considered that the winners or the awardees put Africa first with their Pan-Africanist stance. We also considered that it is important around the contribution of the growth of the philanthropic infrastructure on the continent, as well as bringing in players from the private sector and policy communities, and an agenda for transformative philanthropy. So after thorough review and critical deliberations, the committee was unanimous that this year's awardee met all the above 11 points. This year's awardee is a social anthropologist and development expert with over 40 years of experience in the international development and philanthropy sector. He is currently an independent consultant and has previously served as the Chief Executive Officer of the European Foundation Center. Need I go on? Need I go on? So Briggs told us his story this morning, and I think, I should not build onto that, except to say that all of us who have walked this path of building, philanthropy on this continent have been touched by the work that Gerry has done over the past 2 years. He has created space, he has fought, he has mobilized resources, he has made room for those most impacted to tell their stories on their terms and set the agenda. Now, this is not an easy feat. For an African man working in an international space to create the kinds of dignity that people such as Akwasi and others have talked about in this field. We all owe you a debt, Gerry Salole, of thanks and appreciation. Thank you for carrying the torch for us. Thank you for being the forebearer. Thank you for being steadfast and sticking to principle, even if you were swimming against the tide of power and opinion. Thank you so much for setting an example that we are all proud to follow. Thank you. And I would like to call Natalia to the podium to award you the, and if the members of the committee are able to join me on the podium too, this will be good. Mare, Emmanuel, those of us who are here, please join us. And let's be quick because yeah, we need to. So will we not be upstanding to congratulate this year's awardees, Dr. Gerry Salole.
It's been a long day, but I have prepared a 25-minute speech.
He's joking.
I insist on delivering it. So could you close the doors? No, thank you. Thank you to the jury. I don't think I really deserve this, but I really appreciate this. Thank you so much. And I will prepare a speech for the next time we meet. Thank you.
So I have one last task that I have been. You still have to stay. Yes, please let's congratulate Gerry. I have one last task assigned to me this evening. And perhaps, some background as to why we think it's important to honor people who are advancing an agenda for philanthropy. This is an important part of our being able to build and provide evidence of those who are working in this field to build it. As we know, many of us aren't believed as Africans to be philanthropic people or givers. And our only use in that space is as recipients of aid from elsewhere. So we thought it was important to build this narrative, to carefully document, but also to reward those who have made great strides in pushing this field to the forefront and shifting ideas about how philanthropy operates globally. Now, the gentleman standing next to me was awarded the Lifetime Achievement in 2022. But because, COVID, other things, we were not able to celebrate him in the way that we would have liked. And therefore we thought, as we are all here today, we will give Apasi his award and celebrate him rightly as the 2022